Excellent. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I do have someone with me today. Got a large attendance going to be here. So I've got Bao in the background. He will be answering questions if you have any. So at any time, submit a question and he can answer that. We will also go over some of these if we see some that's pertaining to what I'm going over. I'll also read out the question and do like a on-screen showing of it for you guys as well, so that way we can kind of cover both ends. Basically, we're going to cover hyperlocal landing pages, why you want to use them, how to use them, and a couple of different ways to use them. I'm on the sales side of things. As every phone call that comes in and we try to educate our clients, whether it's a new client, an existing client, whatever it is, the importance of hyperlocal content. As every one of you know, Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, they dominate the market on individual listings. However, since every page is indexable, when creating a custom subdomain on your account, that anytime you create a hyperlocal page, so a neighborhood, a community, a subdivision, area page, no matter what it is, that is indexable. These pages can actually outrank Google. There are a few things that I want to go over with you and show you with our tools how to do that. And I'll give you some examples. First off, I'll start off with the examples because some people will always kind of listen to this and say, oh, that's not possible. It's Zillow, it's Trulia. My first example is going to be a client that's been with us for quite some time. However, it does take time to build up your SEO with this stuff. These guys specialize in ranches for sale out of Texas. So they have created landing pages for ranches for sale by county. There's a lot of debate whether subfolders or subdomains, how well they actually rank. Subdomains and subfolders, subdirectories, you know, it's by Matt Cutts. He's like, Google does not recognize really any difference. It's still a debate from everybody. So this is kind of our proof in the pudding to show you that yes, they are indexable and they can rank high up in Google. So for this particular client, ranches for sale in Gillespie County. So these guys have done it for pretty much every county in their area that they want to market to. Our client here is primeranchland.com. If any of you have spoken with me on the phone, I give this example, and I don't do it for the same county. I do it for several different counties. Texas.primeranchland.com/I. I just meaning that it's an IDX Broker saved link. And then Gillespie ranches for sale. I've spoke with quite a few people that have been successful with these pages, and they say that using 3 to 4 words on these long tail URLs is the most beneficial rather than doing something like ranches for sale in Gillespie County over 5 acres or by price range. This particular client, this is the first page of Google on 153,000 results. You can actually see they are ranked 1, 2, 3rd down from the paid advertising. And you can see below that we've got Zillow, we've got land and all that kind of stuff down inside here. So these guys have actually brought to the table that it is possible. I'll show you their site and show you how they have created some of these landing pages. So like I mentioned before, ranches for sale is their primary thing that they target towards. And then homes for sale, they've also done the exact same thing. If you hover over their ranches for sale, they've broken it down by county. So every single one of these that you click on, if you go perform searches, some are going to rank better than others, obviously, depending on how big the county is, how popular the county is, and whatnot. All of these pages are going to be built and using the same number of keywords. Comal ranches for sale, four words. Try to keep it simple. Try to keep it in terms that when somebody that you know is going to be moving to this area or is from another state that might be using it, try to use search terms that they may use or you may use if you wanted to find a house inside these areas. Now there's 2 ways of doing these. You can do these on a saved link, and you can do this with a predefined search widget. That predefined search widget you can embed into a hosted page on your own domain. What that's meaning is you can create these landing pages on your own hosted domain, drive your own traffic, you got your SEM marketing, you got Google AdWords, whatever you want to drive to your own domain. Adding IDX widgets is indexable. It does give credit to your root domain. So that is another possibility. It all depends on how you guys want to set it up. If you already have really good ranking pages on your own website, I highly suggest not creating an IDX save link using what you've already built up. Don't take away from all the work you've done if it's been 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It's not easy. Google is super hard to get onto. So I just want to go over some of the advantages of IDX Broker and helping you in adding to your site. I'm going to be using my website. This is my example realty. I'm going to warn you now, I have several MLSs on here because when I do my demos and I want to show you in person what I can do, I have a lot of MLSs activated just so that I can show you and prove to you what we can do, what you need to do for your specific niche or whatever it might be. One of the first things I'm going to go over here just real quick is we've got a kind of a soft launch on what is called our new design template for our results pages. It's called Home Atlas. This is what you're going to see on the latest one that was released before Home Atlas, which is going to be mobile first. Home Atlas is going to provide a side-by-side map, so it'll be a results of a map view. And on the right-hand side, we're going to see 2 items off to the side. So it's kind of more like the Zillow look, Redfin look that most people typically like. This is a platinum-only feature. How do you go about changing it? We're going to go to Designs and Pages inside of our dashboard. We'll go into our Results pages. This is where it's going to be displaying them at, and we're going to go under our dynamic URL homes. This is going to be results pages, whether it's a saved link or somebody performs a search directly on your website. The second edit over is our layout column, which most of you are probably familiar. Some of you new ones don't know this quite yet. So we have 7 different templates available now. Mobile first was the one released a couple years ago. That's kind of been our primary one that's being used. We now have Home Atlas. Again, I'll reiterate, this is platinum only. You click activate. It is mobile responsive. It does work on a mobile device as well. On a mobile device, it is a little bit different. It's going to have you choose whether you want to see the thumbnails of the properties or if you want to see the map view. So you're going to be switching back and forth. However, on a desktop, a lot different. I'm going to do a hard refresh so we can take a look at these. So as this is going to come up, this is now going to give us our refinement search up on top. So save search, new search, modify, refinement. We are now going to have the map on the left-hand side, and we now have on the columns on the right-hand side all the listings that are available. Your client will then be able to come in here and they can go in and heart these. This is going to be saving this specific listing. If they don't have an account, once they click on the heart, it's actually going to prompt them to create an account. Over on the left-hand side, if you're looking at it by map, if you're kind of searching by area first, you're like, oh, I kind of want to be in this northern section of town. You can click on this and it's going to modify and move the map on the right-hand side and let us know which one it is and highlight it. And then you'll be able to click on it to go to the details page. So it's very clean looking. We haven't done a full marketing push on it yet. We're still very new at getting this out there and looking forward to people adding this to their site and giving us some feedback. We're still running some testing on it on the live environment. Please let us know what you think. Moving on, we're going to start off by creating predefined search pages, which is called a saved link. So a saved link is going to be allowing you to come in here and create using any search page that you want. So it could be by address. By address is typically going to be used if you're doing like condos in one specific building, or if they're like an apartment complex, if it's for rentals, kind of maybe not used very well. Condos is our biggest deal on that one. If condos have one specific address that everything is tied to, this is a great way of doing this. If you're doing condos and they have several different addresses in there, then we're going to suggest using the Polygon Tools. Again, that particular feature is going to be platinum only. For my examples, we're going to use advanced search fields. Advanced search fields kind of opens it up and allows you to do pretty much anything you want to do based on what is being provided from the MLS. So advanced search fields, you can go in and modify and change on your own account. You can make it so that there is a whole bunch of stuff available to search, whether it's area, subdivision, views, the garage type, by high schools, middle schools, elementary, parking, year built. This is just what I have kind of set up inside this little area. These can be done using multiples too. So you kind of have unlimited as far as like how many queries you want to put in here. So you can put in an area broken down by a subdivision, broken down by waterfront. Ultimately, if you wanted to, you can come in here. Some MLSs, have like, depending on your communities or your areas, like they want to have master bedrooms on the bottom floor. So you can do area, subdivision, school, and master on the bottom floor. Throw all 5 of those things in there. It's going to generate that exact predefined search for you. You can strip it down or you can leave it very broad and wide open. So what we can do is we can go in here, select our city. I'm going to keep it within my city just so that I know what we've got here. And we're going to go by area, and we'll just wait for it to load here. So we've got several different things we can do. So we're going to do, let's see here, North Gillum. It's always a good area to go. So this is a section. It's very near to downtown. It's a very popular area for us. If I wanted to, I can add in some specific schools. Like I can throw a school in here just so that we can show that it's still going to come up with the same results no matter what we do. Once you select every single one of these that you have, you can do view results in a new window. This is going to test what you've done to make sure that it's going to generate results before it goes before it goes on to the next step and you kind of waste that time. Here's your results, 65 found, perfect. That's exactly what I want to do. I did see one thing I want to change. It is displaying multiple statuses. So I'm going to come in here and I want to display active only. I don't want to display any of the pendings. I want full active. This is going to be giving your page title, which is also going to generate your link URL. So your long tail URL, this is where I was mentioning, try to keep it with between 3 and 4 words is what I've heard is being the best in the results with SEO. So like North Gillum homes for sale, okay? And now it will generate this down here. You can do like North Gillum real estate. You can do, kind of a term that maybe in your specific area, it might be way different than anywhere else. You can control your meta tag descriptions, your meta tag keywords, add anything in here that you'd like. Another option that you can do is add a custom subheader. A custom subheader is going to be the area above the results, but yet below your header HTML. So the header HTML is going to be like your logo, contact information, navigation bar, whatever it's going to be. So we have several clients that will come in here and they'll make these general pages. And then inside here, they will actually come in and do like homes between a certain price. They'll go like between 250,000 to 500,000. We'll show this here in a little bit what you can do. If you happen to have multiple agents on your account, an office account, and you have one specific agent that is going to specialize in all the homes in those areas, if you have an agent you want to use, you can assign agent to this link. If you want to keep it general, so if it's an office account, you can use the general rule. So it's going to be a round robin sequential list, or you can have the ability to put agents to search by. So like I've got mine in here where you can choose the agent on here. On the sign up form, you can do that exact same thing so that they can go ahead and do those. So we're going to just save and manage links. We'll go find it. So, okay, so the one that I just created was right here, North Gillum homes for sale. There's two options of adding this, whether it's WordPress or whether it is on another platform, whether it's Squarespace, Weebly, Wix, anything else that it might be. You're gonna have to grab the URL to do that. With WordPress, it's actually gonna pull everything over via the API. Just a question that just came through is for people that are using Lite that wanna utilize some of these newer or these upper features, whether it's the templates or the Polygon tools. If you currently have Lite, the upgrade to Platinum is gonna be $20. So to use some of these features that I'm going over, it is a $20 upgrade. Super easy to do right in your own account. Go into account, hit the upgrade center, and you're good to go. Now that I've created this page, you've got a couple different options. You can come in here and edit the search criteria. You can come in here and edit the preferences on it, and then you can preview the link. So we're going to just click on preview the link, which will open up in a new tab. Open here, so now we've got my predefined search is going to be done, and my long tail URL is now generated just as I asked for it to be done. And my page title, remember I started off with the page title, so now I have North Gillum homes for sale. The custom subheader that we built, it's going to be right here, North Gillum homes. And then I added this in here, or homes between 250 and 500,000. So we've got a couple of clients that have come in here and created these general pages based off of the specific area and did all results. So there's 43 results on here. Maybe there's a client that doesn't want to receive automatic email updates for the whole general thing. They want to receive it between certain price points. The more indexed or the more saved links you have, the better off it's going to be. More indexed pages obviously is going to do more for you. Your client can come in here and save this search. Once they save a search, creates an account for them. Anytime a new listing comes in, it'll now send them an automatic email update. So the next thing you can do is you can go in and duplicate this exact same thing we did, but now put a price range on here. And then inside your custom subheader, you'll highlight this and hyperlink it to the new URL. So it would be like North Gillum Homes 250-500. Now you're going to be going to a results page of just the predefined search, but now using a price point in there. If you using a different platform, like I said, you can click on that. You're going to go ahead and grab this URL and hyperlink it off of text, image, or even off the navigation menu where you have like your communities where you hover over it and you've got your different communities available, whatever it might be. A couple of different options depending on what you guys want to do, how you want to have them. I also have mine down inside my headers where my featured communities are. These are my local area, my targeted areas. Harlow, Junction City, North Eugene, complete different areas. However, you click on one of these and it's going to go right directly to these. Again, you can name these 800,000 plus luxury condos in Miami. Create these pages, as many as you can do, the better off that you are. Save link pages are standalone website pages, or you need to insert into existing website. IDX is an add-on, so you're going to be adding all IDX pages to your website. We house the data on our servers. Everything is going to be displayed via a subdomain. So everything is on a subdomain. So my custom domain is search. So I have search.jefftrue.com/I. I does mean that it's an IDX Broker saved link, and then my long tail URL. So you're basically adding it to it. This is not a standalone site. However, if you want to make a standalone site for a particular community neighborhood without having to pay two separate accounts, you can do it by adding a widget, which is the next thing that we're going to go create. A widget allows you to display a showcase, a carousel, or a slideshow. Showcases are going to be where you can choose the number of properties that you want, and you'll go by choosing the number of columns and the maximum number of properties. Most MLSs allow for 100 of these. So you can do like 5 columns and then 100 maximum. So it's going to give you 20 rows of listings. That's going to be a lot to scroll by. The next option that you can do is a carousel widget. A carousel widget is going to be giving you a couple of properties that you can do between 2 and 10, and it's going to have arrows left and right. So you can opt in for an automatic slider with the Impress and Equity, or you can have your clients clicking on the arrows to cycle through these. Couple of different options. And the last one is going to be a slideshow widget. Slideshow widget is going to be something that's going to do a little slideshow on its own each time that the plugin refreshes, which is about every 5 seconds on this. Creating a widget is just as simple as creating a save link. We're going to go to widgets. We're going to go create, choosing the type of widget you want. So here's our slideshow, showcase, and carousel. We're going to choose the showcase for now. Properties to feature. Like I mentioned before, doing these types of things is going to be best done with custom search and then using our advanced search pages. Again, we're going to be in the same thing. I'm going to keep it in the same area because we're pulling in properties. I guess that's status. So let's do that first. And Eugene. And I'm going to eliminate the prices just so that we do have some properties in there. So I know we had 45 in there. Let's say I want to narrow this down. I only want to display a showcase of the top 15. So I chose my area of North Gillum, and I chose the High School of Sheldon. So I'm basically duplicating exactly what I just did. Not a big deal. When you're done, so we don't need to go preview it because we already know that this worked just fine. You've got a couple of options down here on your widget. So you can make the widget responsive or you can make it non-responsive. Non-responsive is going to make you choose the pixels wide and then the number of rows and columns. I highly suggest nowadays pretty much every site is mobile responsive. Anything newer anyway is going to be done with that one. We're going to name it. All right, and what we're going to do, so I'm going to sort this out newest listings. On a landing page, I don't want if I do it highest to lowest, let's say there's a price or one listing that's in there that's higher price than maybe it should be. It's going to move a little bit slower. Maybe the agent or the listing client is not too eager to sell it, but they're going to post it kind of high just to kind of see how they get out of that. I'm going to do it by newest listing so that it's always going to show up something new. I'm going to do my 5 columns and we're going to list it at 20. So we're going to do 5 by 4 to give this. You've got a couple of options in here to do open links in a new window. I'm going to choose yes, just so that you can see it. And then I'm also going to do display view all results link, and I'll show you what these are. So we're going to build this widget. So 2 things here. I mentioned before, you can create a website for a specific area, community landing page, but you don't want to pay for 2 IDX Broker accounts. It can get very expensive. You don't have to do that. You can create widgets. However, this widget is going to give all the SEO credit to the root domain. If you do look down in here, it does have it tagged in here on that subdomain, search.jefftrue.com. So if I go throw this specific widget on bowhomesearch.com, when it goes to that page, this widget can be embedded there and work just fine. They are transparent, so they do work in pretty much any environment that's out there. However, once I click on one of those properties and call it to action, it's going to return back to search.jefftrue.com and go to that details page. You will be able to tell that it, on that referring URL from that client, if they have an account, where they did come from. So you've got that ability. So we're gonna go preview our widget, make sure everything looks good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide and 1, 2, 3, 4 tall. There's my 20 results. Verifying it, I've got 380,000, 745, 450. That's telling me that we're not displaying the highest to lowest, we're displaying the property that just hit this. This is kind of a really good way to go, because if you got visitors constantly going back to these websites and these pages, most MLSs are updated in our system every hour. Some are done every 2, some are done 4. I don't think we have very many that are updated once every day now. So as these MLSs are updated, so are these pages. So kind of beneficial to me, in my opinion, for newest listings on these particular ones. The 2 options that we added onto here was open in a new window or tab, and the second one was view all results. So I'm only displaying what I choose, 20 properties. So if I remember right, there was 40 some properties. So now I can do view all results in a new window. I'm going to control and open a new tab just so that we can see. So now we're going to go to, here's our 43. So now it's going to display more than those 20s that we had on a results page. So you can see here's the criteria that we did perform that search on up in here. And it is also filtering on a sort equals newest. So it's still doing the exact same search that we did on the back end. On the individual page here, so this is actually what it would look like on my site if I were to go add this to any one of my existing pages. I could go into my back end, into WordPress, create that page, and embed this. You can use the embed script, or you can use the short code that is provided with WordPress. Now, one of the options that I did opt in for was opening it in a new tab. So now when I click on this, it's now going to open up in a new tab, so it's not going to be there. So when I go back to this page, all those listings are still going to be there, and I can continue to browse through these. This is also a very good thing to do if you happen to be doing this on bowrealestate.com. If you still want to go back to that tab, you can go click on individual one of those properties and bring it back to looking at just the details pages. So a couple of options as far as those go. All right, sounds like we got a good question coming in here. Can you explain which is better for organic SEO? In my opinion, and everybody else has their own opinions as well, but from what I've seen, ultimately the best thing to do is, first and foremost, you got to drive traffic to your root domain. Getting the traffic to your website is your biggest goal. You got to remember, IDX Broker is an add-on. You may switch vendors. There may be something that we do you don't necessarily like. It could be vice versa. There could be another IDX vendor out there that has done something you don't like. However, you've created these pages with a lot of SEO to it, and that's all based off of your organic SEO that you've done off of your own pages. Adding a widget is just going to keep that SEO, but then now add this existing content. However, if you want to do it you can actually do both. You can do your own page, and you can also do an IDX save link as well. And I'll show you a client that has done both and is doing very well on that. Okay, here's a client of ours. This is going to be in Las Vegas. A couple of different ways that this one is happening. We're going to go to an area page, Summerlin. Own hosted pages probably has perfect SEO. It's got a lot of organic traffic to it. No need to change it. Go create a predefined search, add these in here. Now we're displaying a showcase of these predefined searches. Like I mentioned before, creating landing pages off of what these existing ones are too. Now you're breaking it down, letting the client go in off of their price range. Let's say you have a client that's not looking for a $2 million home. You've got a client that wants a $500,000 maximum. Now we're doing a save link on a predefined search for Summerlin homes under $500,000. So this is a great example of using things both directions. You got the widget and you also have them. So which is better on SEO? It's going to depend on 1, how good you're already doing. 2, if you need IDX's assistant on it, making a save link might be a good way to go for you as well, because you can control the long tail URL just as you could on your own hosted domain. There's a lot of MLSs out there that cover a huge targeted area. Let's say you don't want to target, and travel 4 hours to go show a property that somebody that you may or may not get that one. You're better off capturing that lead and maybe assigning it to somebody, or just removing it from your site because you don't want to be contacted on it. The real estate industry has been cranking this entire year. Traveling 8 hours, total round trip might be something that could take you away from somebody that wants to see something locally. This is going to go back to creating custom county postal zip code lists. Super easy to do. We're going to go create a city list. You can come in here and add a single item. You can pull it in from your MLS. So I have, like I said, I have a ton of MLSs on mine. I'm going to stick with my area just because I know it's a little bit easier. And I'm going to add this whole list for my R MLS onto here. You can see this list is huge. Now there's two things in here. You can modify a list or you can create a list. Creating a list means that it is going to stay static. When you modify a list, you're going to modify what is existing and being pulled in from the MLS. Keep in mind, on today, if I go in here and modify a list, it is dynamic. A new listing comes into one of these that I did not select to remove. It is now going to be searchable on your website. If you create a custom city list, that is static. It's not going to change unless you go in and manually add it. So basically, if you come in here and start selecting all of these areas that you don't want, and we're going to remove the selected, it dumps them out of there. This is now going to be your new saved list. You can finalize and customize it. Here's my demo city list now. I can save this new list and I can just click here to apply to search pages. It would apply it to all my search pages. I'm not going to do it because I've got too many MLSs. It's going to ruin everything. So you can come in here, you can create another list, then go into county and then go into postal code. So depending on how your clients may be performing searches, you may want to create one for city, create one for county, create one for postal codes. That's going to be in that same area. Applying these city lists, you can come in here and set up your custom city lists. So underneath your preferences, we're going to go to search setup and we can come in here into our list of options and we can use our city lists. Most commonly done is it's using the default MLS list. Keep in mind, this is the one that under manage, that is a dynamic list. It's going to be updated if new cities are added and you're unaware of it based off of somebody putting it in there. And now I have demo city list available. So now what I can do is on my advanced search page that I am choosing to set up, it's going to display RMLS and only my demo city list. If I click save, when I go to that, it's going to apply those new city lists to it. I'm not going to do that because I've got, like I said, I don't want to break anything. This is how you do that. Managing those widgets, two different ways of doing things. Like I said, on the home page of your website, on any page of your website, you've got short code that you can add it in through the WordPress side. If you're adding it into Squarespace, into Weebly, general HTML website, you've got to go get the embed script. So we've got our North Gillum demo widget. Two different ways of getting into this. You can edit, you can preview, or over here you've got your left and right brackets. If you click on this, it's going to allow you to grab this really quick. You'll copy this inside the HTML section of wherever page you're on. It is responsive, so whatever the container is available, whether it's 800 pixels wide, whether it's full screen wide, whatever you have it set at, it's going to squeeze it in there. So let's say you have like a 400 pixel wide, pretty small, but you have 5 wide. That widget container is going to be pretty small. It's going to start shrinking down your images for that. If you've got 3 widgets that you want to display wide and you've got something that's 1200 pixels wide, they're going to be very large images. You totally have choice in what you want to do it. Is Polygon Map a widget? I thought I saw an option when you were creating a widget. So what we have is on the Polygon for creating a widget, it's not going to be a matter of putting that Polygon map up on display and it's going to have the Polygon tools available. Where you saw that was when I was doing a showcase. I'm going to do a carousel now, just to show some differences. Here's where you saw Polygon come up. So instead of me using my standard custom search, it would give me the ability to select Polygon search. So now I can come in here, like I was mentioning earlier, if you're working with condos with a whole bunch of separate addresses in one specific condo building, it's very hard to put in all those addresses in there or anything like that. This is now going to allow you to two things. You can do the Polygon tools where you can click on multiple different spots, or if you know right where that building's at, you can switch it to like a hybrid and you can zoom in on your map. I'm in Eugene. We don't have condos here or big buildings, but what you can do is, if you go, oh, here's that condo that I want to make sure and filter in, I can come grab my radius tool and I can draw a circle and pull in everything just right inside of there. Now that I've done this, it's going to pull in listing as long as when that listing was uploaded to the MLS, that the listing agent put in the address and the latitude and longitude was detected, it will then pull in those listings. Keep in mind, there are some MLSs that put in the address, but the latitude and longitude aren't there. If that latitude and longitude aren't there, that listing is not going to show up. If you need us to verify that for you for a particular condo that you're working with, contact our support team. They can actually pull up a couple listing ID numbers for you and see if it's being pulled in from the IDX. You could also probably run a background on your own MLS logging in that way. So I've kind of gone over a majority of using a widget, creating a widget, save links, when to use, how to put it on there. I'm going to kind of go over a few of these questions, but it looks like there's a ton of these things flying in here. I'm going to open up. So if you guys have questions above and beyond what Bao has been able to answer for you, email me directly. I'll even give you my personal email address. We'll go over it. It's true@idxbroker.com. So my last name, TRUE, at IDXbroker.com. Pop me your questions. I'm probably going to do it on my demo site and send you to it. So I'm going to kind of go back through some of these questions and try to continue on. I know we're over our limit, but the attendance hasn't dropped and questions are still rolling in. So let me look over some of these and let's see what we can do. Here's a quick question. How do I know if I'm using a dynamic wrapper? That's very simple. If you go into your dashboard, here's your main home page. You're going to go to Designs. You're going to go to Wrappers. And right here, we've got our dynamic tag under global settings. My dynamic wrapper is right here. Jeff True, IDX wrapper, IDX broker. Sometimes, so static wrappers will override a dynamic URL wrapper. Click on the static tab and make sure that there's no header HTML, no footer HTML. If you don't have any of this in your static and you only have this in your dynamic, you're using a dynamic wrapper. The Facebook Google Plus sign up form, is this available in light? Okay, so that is referring to your leads and your sign up preferences. So on a sign up page, you can come capture any information that you want, whether it's light or platinum. However, there's a few things inside platinum that are platinum only features. And that, for one, is going to be social media logins. So you can enable them, yes or no. This is going to give your clients the ability to use Facebook or Google Plus to create their account. Second platinum option that you can use on the sign up pages or sign up forms is this is for you. So we have SMS alerts. This is for you as an agent or broker, that anytime a lead has been captured, rather than just getting an email alert, you guys get hundreds of emails, you can sign up for SMS alerts. So you can put in, yes, I want to opt in, put in your phone number, and when a lead comes in, you're going to get a text message letting you know, and then say, hey, go log in, view the lead. You're also going to get one via email. So just a heads up, you're going to get double. However, you're going to get the automatic instant one from your SMS update. Can we have more than one wrapper? With platinum, yes, you can. Designs, wrappers. So you're going to have one dynamic URL wrapper that's going to be most likely done by the global setting. With dynamic, with the categories, you can actually have like a results page, you can have a different wrapper and put in your own dynamic URL wrapper for results pages, details pages, listings. You can break them down individually. So instead of search pages in general, you can do address or listings or basic. Yes, you can. It's platinum. It's a little bit more work, but yes, it does give you that ability. You can also do static ones if you choose. And any of your saved links, any of your predefined searches, you can do those if you kind of want to change things up for a specific targeted niche area. Can you put the email in the chat? Can you reply all true@idxbroker.com in there? Yeah, Val's going to do that. So if you guys want to shoot me an email, if I do get inundated, give me a little bit of time to get some responses back to you, because I've also got the regular everyday stuff to do as well. So you don't have a listing plugin for Joomla. No, we don't have a specific plugin for that. However, everything's still going to work just fine. It is just a little bit more work where you're going to be grabbing the different page URLs. So for instance, on your search pages, if you want to go to designs, pages, you've got your basic search, address, map search. You can come in here and grab the URLs right here, copy them, hyperlink them off of, say it's text or an image or navigation menu. Hyperlinking, all of those is where you're going to be at on those ones. On the widgets, you're going to be going and grabbing those embed scripts and putting them in the HTML section. How to insert into WordPress. Inside your dashboard, you're going to go to Appearance, and we're going to go to Menus. With our WordPress plugin, it does have an API key from the IDX control panel that should be pulling over all of the community pages that we have created. So I'm going to close down my Pages tab, and I'm going to open up my IDX Pages tab. Right here, we have North Gillum Home for Sale. That is what we created. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to add it to my menu, and it's going to drop it down to the very, very bottom, North Gillum Home. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this on, okay, I'm going to throw it under my condo webinar. So now I'm going to go North Gillum, I'm going to bring it up here, and I want to drop it on the top underneath my condo webinar. I'm going to save my menu. I'm going to close out some of these tabs that I have and go to my home page. And now when I hover over condo webinar, I now have North Gillum homes for sale. So that API, that's what's nice about our WordPress plugin, is it's going to pull it all over for you and simply add that over into that. Like I said, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. Again, True at IDX Broker. Have a great afternoon. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one.